We still have to go, and the program for this year is really not just entertainment. It's really hoping to be a framework for dialogue, for discussion, for interrogation of, are we all free? Are we all liberated? Are our minds free? Are our hearts free? Hence our theme, Love in the Revolution.
Okay, so I want to wrap my head around that. How does arts and culture interpret that? And how do you then celebrate 20 years of democracy through your programs?
Okay, so we could do simple things, you know, like Great South Africa. We could just have a lineup of Great South African entertainment, which is great. That's not really our mandate. You know, you just position as rethink, reinvent. So if you look at democracy, arts and culture and democracy, arts and culture with the cultural boycotts of the 1980s were a great ambassador for what was going on in the country. And as much as we've come a very long way, there are lots of issues that still need to be addressed. Issues of gender rights, issues of child sex work, issues of identity. So we're really looking at politically, to an extent, we're free, everybody can vote. But what are the other freedoms that we need to unpack? And also, freedom is not a simple one side of a coin. There's another side, you know. One man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. So I think there's a novel by, I forget the author's name, 1975, Harry's Game. It's a great novel. That's where that one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist comes from. And it looks at the Irish, the conflict in Ireland from both sides. So that's what we're trying to do, give a balanced view, not just go, okay, cool, we're free. Everything's all song and dance. There are important debates that we want to provoke. And we'll push harder into that in the second semester with our That's So LGBTI Festival, which looks at issues of gender rights. There's a fantastic exhibition on at WAM Museum at the moment, which looks at trans people. And this is a subject that's very new to me, and my creative team was quite sparked by this idea. It's very, you know, everybody's talking about gay marriage. In many ways, South Africa's beyond that. There are much more serious, deeper issues. The fight's not over, so really our message is a luta continua.
And with all of that being said, and the creative team and you sitting down, I can only imagine you now have to hunt for pieces, for creative products that speak to this new message. Absolutely,
and that's what the theme has done. So we kick off our season with a very phenomenal work from the past 20 years. Rihanna Abrams is What the Water Gave Me, a lesser-known work, but very interesting in that how it traces the history of South African coloured people back to Southeast Asia, looks at our slave roots, that kind of legacy, our disconnect with that past, and also I think it offers the message of that there's still a lot of reclaiming to do, and that starts the conversation around identity. But balanced with that, we've also got classical stuff. We're partnering with Delro, Jade Bowers, Design and Management presents I, Hamlet, which is Hamlet reduced to 60 minutes spoken only in the words of Hamlet himself. So Hamlet kind of resurrected, remixed, revisited for now, and we're touring that to schools during the first semester. So it's a very balanced program.
Look, I'm sure as the team, we're going to revisit a lot of the work for this year. We'll bring you in quite a couple of times, but thank you very much for joining us. And I'm looking forward to this new rework, new reinvented and rethought production coming from UJ. That was Ashraf Jardine, the head of UJ Art and Culture. Like romantic relationships, which need more than the initial physical attraction in order to survive the rush of first falling in love, UJ Art and Culture Revolution promises to provide a unique and multi-layered contribution to the myriad of voices and perspective on democracy, freedom, transformation, and our collective South African identity. It promises to be a program you have to watch. Let's take a night break. We'll be back after this.